Amanda Pasciucco, and by the end of this video, you are going to be a sexpert in the female anatomy. All right, today we are going to do an anatomy lesson because so many people have been asking me for it. I apologize that I haven't gotten it to you sooner. It's included in my book, so I just kind of assumed that when I gave out free excerpts of the book with the anatomy that everyone got it, but apparently they didn't. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at The Sex Healer, and of course you can email us if you have any questions. Let's talk about the female anatomy. The outside, when you look at the genitalia, sometimes it will be covered in hair, sometimes it will be shaved, waxed, styled. That is the mons pubis, the mound of Venus. The outside genitalia is called the vulva. I know that many people say women have vaginas. Vagina is the hole. It's one of the holes. Vagina is the hole that menstrual blood comes through, that penetrative sex vaginally happens through. That's where the baby would come out if you were having a child. Then there's another hole. There's a urethra opening, and that's where you would pee out of. So different holes. So then there are the vaginal lips. They're the outer lips, the labia majora, and then the inner lips, the labia minora. The outer lips are usually covered in hair or would be after puberty, and you know, this outer portion can look different on different people, and the inner lips, the labia minora, they look so different on everyone. Anatomy, female anatomy, is so important. The clitoris. So the clitoris, many of you see the clitoral hood that's at the top. Oh, kind of like this shirt. It's like, oh, that's perfect. I did not plan this. This worked out perfectly. All right, see this shirt? This worked out perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness, this was so cool. So this would be like the clitoris, what you see on the outside, but above it, there'd be like a hood that you'd pull back. Some people have bigger hoods, some are smaller. Some slant one way, some don't. Some clitorises are bigger underneath, like the little clit bump, and because of that, like they pop out more. The clitoris itself fills with blood and gets engorged, and that is what brings a lot of pleasure. The clitoris is the only organ in the body that's made solely for pleasure. Isn't that so exciting? It's made just so things feel good for you. What a gift. So the clitoris though is that little bump looking thing, but inside the body, there are these two legs, like little wishbones that go down. And what happens there is that there's the legs of the clitoris, and then there's the bulbs of the clitoris. Those fill and engorge with blood. When this happens and the clitoris gets erect, the legs, bulbs, okay, of the clitoris they're inside the body. They get tighter when they're engorged with blood, so the vagina gets tighter. This part is the Bartholin's glands. This is the first step in the lubrication process. These glands come down, they're at the bottom of the vulva, kind of down here. If this was like the vaginal opening, they're kind of like down here. They're located underneath the skin, and they provide a small amount of lubrication. Sometimes they get irritated, and that causes a lot of pain. I've had many clients report this, and they've gone to their gynecologist because this is a common thing that happens. The hymen, you guys have probably heard of that as the cherry or something like that. And this inside tissue that you're born with, it can stretch, it can break while horseback riding, while running around. It can break during sex. And some people, it's so painful that they have to get it surgically opened. So that is the hymen. The perineum, which goes from the vagina to the anus. That is the sensitive bottom of the body, pelvic floor, lots of fun nerves there. And then the anus which goes to the rectum, which has a whole different level of pleasure and sensations. That would be its own video. The G-spot. People are gonna say, you didn't talk about the G-spot. I did. Here's a video on it. Ah, see? I knew you were gonna ask. When it comes to pleasure, what do you need to know when it comes to pleasuring the female anatomy? It typically takes a female, not all females, up to 20 minutes to even get the body turned on. So, to even get the body turned on, there ought to be a buildup of touch of the skin, of kisses, of neck touches, of back massages. The goal would be to start exploring the body with your partner and having it be one night for one partner, one night for the next partner, and doing this 2 times, 2 times. Does that make sense? 2 times receiving, 2 times giving. And book at least an hour of time, 20 minutes as a warm-up, maybe another 20 minutes of a double warm-up, or different type of sensual, sexual fun. The other thing I would say is when you are focusing on the woman's body, be mindful of when she sways or moves and be curious. Ask, what did that feel like for you? Make sure to have a dialogue, a communication, and then maybe she can respond, oh, it actually hurt, or it was actually the right spot. Can you go back there? There's a request that is open now, hopefully through that communication. So the same if you were giving to a partner, no matter what gender, don't focus on the genitalia, focus on the body, focus on lighting the skin of the whole body on fire. If you guys think that knowing where the clitoris and the G-spot is where it's at, it's just missing a huge part of sex. A huge part of sex is the buildup and the bond between the 2 people. The G-spot is subjective because the G-spot is a spot, not an actual anatomical thing, is in the vaginal wall. It is the back of the clitoris. So the little clitoris, the wishbone, it is the back of that is the G-spot that you're touching. So G-spot orgasms, squirting, those are possible. However, it takes a lot of trust or really good technique, and mostly from what I know when I've met different people who are porn stars or were escorts, squirting like what you see in the porn, that's all staged. That's not real. So you might easily get into ejaculation as a female, you might not. It doesn't mean anything. Clitoral pleasure, vaginal pleasure, who cares? They're the same thing. They're the same thing. Don't be like, my orgasm's not as good. Your orgasm is perfect. It's perfect. When you're focusing so much on the genitals, that's the problem with orgasm. We take away the genitals and make the whole body the sensual area in Tantra, in sex magic. Keep this in mind when you're with your partner. When you get a partner who's getting close to climax, don't change your tempo or pressure, keep at it, and then ask, do you want me to change anything? Don't change unless you got consent to change when someone seems close, as far as listening to them, seeing them, watching their breath, their bellies move up and down. Sometimes women are vocal, sometimes they're not. And it's just good to check in because everybody's different. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at The Sex Healer. And of course, you can email us if you have any questions. Thank you. Hit subscribe, like. Catch you later. Bye.